Alrighty fellas, out here in the shop, and we're going to do a little bit of an unboxing video because we got parts. I don't know what mode that was, but it said that I couldn't zoom in or out in that mode. I must have bumped something somewhere. I don't know. But anyways, that's going to go ahead and end off our unboxing part, and then we're going to get this stuff installed. Alright fellas, the arrow fin is on. It's 42 inches wide. I still got to put the two little plates on. It was a pain in the ass actually. And I think I put the washers in the wrong spot, because this, where it bolts here, is much thicker than where it bolts up here. So I'm thinking these little black washers are supposed to go up here on the inside instead of on the nut or on the bolt head. The reason I put them on the bolt head is because the bolt head is much thinner around, than what the nut is. The nut's bigger around in circumference. And so I figured it'd be safer out there, plus these are already lock nuts. So, but what I should have done is I should have put them up there inside. Now that I'm looking at that, I think there's supposed to be 2 for each one. One here, one here. Should have went inside there, which would have probably made it the same thickness as this. So that's completely my bad, but it always can be redone and fixed. No big deal. It is all bolted down and even, which was not easy to do, but it's done. I got some yellow paint on the trunk, but I'm going to use my brother's buffer anyways, plus this is getting a whole nother coat on it from all the scratches that I'm going to put on from putting it together, you know, laying tools up there or whatever here and there. The arrow pin's done though. I'm going to go ahead and put the side covers on and just be done with it. And then we're going to be moving on to trunk pins, hood pins, and the cam and crank. Howdy fellas, a lot of stuff showed up today, so we're going to do some more unboxing and get some stuff put together. Alright fellas, we got a lot of stuff in, and I guess it's time to get at it. So, here we go. I wanted to show you the finished result here with the tail pin, or the arrow thing, and the hood and the trunk pins. They're all on. It holds. All right. All right, y'all, the retrofit kit is installed. Let me flip it around. I did it totally different first before I flip it around. So heads up, I can't tap worth crap. I drilled the holes just fine, exactly with the right size bit and everything, but my taps, like the tips of them, are pointy. And I ain't gonna be going and trying to run and try and find some different tap sets. Shit's expensive. So I just went ahead and I welded it down, which isn't permanent, okay? I welded into the hole that I drilled up to the retrofit kit. I'll show you. All right, see? I just held it down with a gloved hand a little bit, so I had a little tension onto it, and welded into the hole right up on top, and it's good to go. It's glorious. So I've already turned it over several times and make sure everything's good and clear and there's no problems. And I can always remove it anytime I want to. Not as easily as if they were bolts, but it's still removable. I just take my Dremel and grind that off and pull it up. Simple. So now we're going to move on to getting the pistons installed. All right, y'all, I got 2 of the pistons in so far, but I don't have a harmonic balancer bolt at the moment, so I'm gonna go up to the old RV with flashlight, look around in there and see if I can find the harmonic balancer and harmonic balance bolt that came off this engine. Because I don't want to keep trying to turn it over by the cam. What's gonna happen is I'm gonna snap that cam bolt off because they're small, and it doesn't have enough power to turn that engine over. It is way too thin of a bolt. It's either going to strip out the cam, strip out the bolt, or snap the bolt off in the cam. And I don't want to do that. That's just more of a headache, and that's just going to set us back. So I'm going to go ahead and head on out to the RV and see if I can find that harmonic balancer bolt. All right, y'all, this is as far as I'm going to get tonight. I'll explain why. First of all, let me show you. Cam gears are installed. The retro kit's installed with the lifters, and 2 of the pistons are installed. That one's down in there a ways, but it's there. And the reason is because I can't find a harmonic balancer bolt. And I'm just not going to sit there and try and crank the engine over with the cam bolt. I've seen it before, not me personally, but while I was there, someone snapped the cam bolt off in the cam, trying to turn the engine over with it. It's never a good idea. So anyways, I got a harmonic balancer bolt. My dad actually has one in a 351, sitting out back at his property, so I'm supposed to get that from him tomorrow. And I might have another surprise tomorrow. It's possible we might be doing a teardown video of a 4.0 in the Mazda B4000. Just to look at the inside of the engine, because the oil pan was pulled off and a piece of one of the pistons fell out. So just trying to see what the carnage is. And so that may be coming up. Just got a lot going on right now. We're going to pick up another vehicle that has an engine for that Mazda tomorrow as well. Just a lot of stuff going on. So I didn't get very far, nowhere near as far as I wanted to get tonight. Oh, when I went out to the RV and looked, I found 2 harmonic balancers for it. Both in pretty bad shape. One of them was in much worse shape because it had the rubber seal on the back, like ripped completely clean off. And I just don't want to use this really rusty. Nothing that a little sandblasting couldn't take care of, but I grabbed one of them, I brought it up here, and I'm going to get the harmonic balancer bolt off the old 351 that's sitting out back. Yeah, I also got a 289 iron somewhere that has one on it. Just have to find it. You know how that is with me. But that's where we're going to leave off for tonight, guys. Alright, y'all have a good one. Alright, fellas. Got all 8 pistons inside the engine, and it still turns over, and I got a harmonic balancer bolt. But right now, we're going to do a little bit more unboxing. I got the last 2 parts I had ordered, came in, so here we go. Well, howdy, y'all. Just giving you a little update as to where we're at and what's going on, and been real busy the last couple days, so I haven't been able to do a whole lot of recording. I've been out with my family, picking up vehicles, getting engines and bodies for other projects that's coming up. But I'll go ahead and flip you around and show you where I'm at with this engine right now. We did get some work done. First of all 8 pistons are in. The overhead stuff is in. I got the timing cover on, the water pump on. All the pistons are in. Let me see if I can flip this engine over. Sure. Got the oil pump on, but, and this is where I'm having the problem right now. Went ahead and bolted down the oil pump and the drain tube that originally came with this engine. And the car oil pan I got for it won't fit. Let me go grab it here. I'll show you. All right. This is the oil pan that I got. It's used, but it's, you know, in decent condition. And the oil pump hits here, and the dip tube hits here. So I'm gonna have to see if I can get a different oil pump and dip tube that goes to a newer model Mustang 5.0 engine. Because that's kind of where we're sitting at. That's what that pan came off from, is a 5.0 Mustang. And I need that style of pan to fit over top of the cross member when I bolt it down so the engine sits down in low. And the only oil pan I have for a 5.0 is a 4-wheel drive truck oil pan when it came off of this. And that has the clearance for it. It was on here originally, but that one doesn't. So in order for me to do this, I don't know, I might even have to give a different distributor rod. If it sits lower or something, you see, my oil rod is right here. It's got the washer on the other end, unlike what I did to Frankenstein. And so this hits the front and this hits the rear. And so I'd have two options. One would be to use the other oil pan and raise the engine up higher, which I don't want to do because I'll have to cut out more of the floorboard if I do that, because that's going to bring the transmission up even higher. So I'm going to go in and check out the differences in heights for like a late 80s Mustang, because that's what that oil pan was on. It was the same one I got the heads off from, an 88 I think, or something like that. 88, somewhere between an 87 and 88 and 89, somewhere right there. See what kind of oil pump they have for those. See if it's different than this. See, you know, the measurements and whatnot. So, I mean, the engine's coming along. We're getting there. I just can't put the bottom end on yet. Set the bottom end as in the oil pump and that I have on, and the oil pan, which kind of blows. Not kind of, it really does blow. But fellas, that's where we're sitting at for right now. I'll go ahead and end this clip off. I think. Can't think of anything else that I got to do right there that I've done. Just been working on getting the pistons in this, getting the bottom end on, getting the oil pump on, getting, you know, the timing cover, water pump, stuff like that, getting it ready. And now I'm kind of stuck until I can figure out the oil pan situation and oil pump situation. So I think if they have a shorter oil pump for those or something, then that would mean that the distributor rod would also be shorter. So I need the distributor rod that goes into the oil pump. That's what pumps the oil as well. So I'm going to have to go figure this out and do some research, fellas. So yeah, that's kind of where we're at. Stuck right there at the moment, but the engine's not looking too bad. Let me flip this engine back over and I'll show you one more time. Maybe my arms are so weak. All right, close enough. Yep, I got the roller lifters in, the retro kit all installed. Pistons are all in. Timing cover and water pumps in. Oil pump is on, but I don't know what to do for the oil pan yet, or if I have to switch pumps or what's gonna happen. So that I still have to get figured out. And I'll follow up with you and let you guys know what's going on with it. Catch y'all later. You guys have a good one, and peace out. And I'll see y'all in the next one.